Haley, Pennsylvania, you're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hey, Andrew. Thanks for taking my call. And actually, that was a good segment to use for the call that I made. I don't understand how you feel you're able to look into a monitor or hear an audio clip and be able to make these determinations, make these predictions. I mean,
I'll tell you. Let's start with this. Why were there free T-shirts given out with political slogans on them?
I have no idea. Again,
so that's no. Why? If this was non-political, and it was about the victims and Gabrielle Giffords, why were there political T-shirts given out?
You'll have to ask the people that passed out those T-shirts. I mean, but you played a clip. That clip was obviously, if you listen to it, was non-political. Okay, he did not mention the military, but
we all became Americans.
The military had no.
How did we all become Americans? No, he said the real heroes are the public servants and the congressmen and the people that dedicate their lives to service. Those are the real heroes.
Exactly. That's what he said. And where's your problem with that? Doctors are public servants. Nurses are public
they're not.
servants.
No, they're not.
They serve the public. You know, you're talking about
every single person with a job then serves the public. Then I'm a public servant, sir.
No, you're hardly a public servant.
What? You mean the public isn't served by this radio program?
You certainly don't serve, I think, a majority of the public. You probably have your... How
does a doctor serve the public? A doctor is in business. A doctor is in... Haley, a doctor is in business to sell his labor.
As a public servant. How do you define public servitude? Is it only someone who's a government employee?
Well, yeah, if you're not getting your paycheck from the government, how would you be a public service?
Again, you're serving the public through the work that
McDonald's, so you're saying that McDonald's is a public service because it serves the public hamburgers. And Walmart's a public service because
this is exactly what the right wing typically does. They latch onto one point of an argument and they extrapolate the most ridiculous comments from it.
So you're going to tell me that last night was apolitical to you?
No, was it apolitical? Not by the people in the audience. The people in the audience, I would agree, did turn it into some type of political, or I would say almost a pep rally instead of necessarily.
And you think that's appropriate when we're dealing with a memorial? What I'm doing is providing perfectly executed. Haley, I'm providing perfectly executed. I didn't blame the president. I said in the opening statement of this program that this is what the president has created, but his speech is not to blame for it. I said that.
Okay, well, I didn't hear the beginning of your program, so I'm driving in a car. Well, that's good that you said that, and I think that.
At some point, though, you have to recognize that this is what the president has done. He's turned these events into rock concerts.
The president didn't do this. The president gave a speech that was both solemn and uplifting. I've listened to that speech. I've heard nothing there.
Well, we didn't even. That's why. Look again, Haley. Thanks for the call. We didn't play any of that. We didn't play any of the president's speech. We were not criticizing the president's speech. We were criticizing the portions of the crowd that were there because, oh, my God, the president's here, and he knows Jay-Z, and he's so cool. We love you! 1-866-95-PATRIOT.